Life is like a snowball. The important thing is finding wet snow and a really long hill. The book is an expansive and deeply personal account, covering Buffett's life from his childhood in Omaha, Nebraska, through his early entrepreneurial ventures, his education, his investing career, and his personal relationships, culminating in his decision to give away the vast majority of his fortune to philanthropic causes. Here's a comprehensive summary of its key themes and narrative. Part 1. The Formative Years, Childhood and Early Education. The book begins by delving into Warren Buffett's early life, painting a picture of a child unusually fascinated by numbers, money, and collecting. Born in 1930, during the Great Depression, these economic realities profoundly shaped his worldview and instilled in him a deep sense of frugality and a drive for financial independence. Early entrepreneurship. From a very young age, Buffett displayed an innate entrepreneurial spirit. He sold chewing gum, Coca-Cola, and magazines door to door, delivered newspapers, and even set up a pinball machine business. These ventures weren't just about making money, they were about understanding how businesses worked, the value of capital, and the power of compounding. He meticulously tracked his earnings and savings, showing an early discipline that would become a hallmark of his career. Influence of family. His father, Howard Buffett, a stockbroker and congressman, was a significant influence, instilling in Warren a strong sense of integrity, rationality, and an independent spirit. However, the book also touches on the complexities of his relationship with his mother, Leila, who struggled with her own emotional challenges, leading to a somewhat distant relationship for Warren. A love for numbers and information. Buffett found comfort and joy in statistics and financial reports. He would spend hours in libraries, poring over financial manuals like Moody's, devouring information about companies. This early obsession with understanding businesses laid the groundwork for his analytical approach to investing. Early investing. By age 11, Buffett made his first stock purchase, investing in Citi's service preferred stock. While the initial experience was a roller coaster, he sold too early for a small profit, only to see the stock soar. It taught him valuable lessons about patience and the importance of holding on to good investments. Part 2. The Education of an Investor, College and Mentorship. After his early ventures, Buffett sought formal education to hone his skills. University of Nebraska and Wharton. He initially attended the University of Nebraska, but felt his professors didn't have much to teach him about the real world of finance. He briefly enrolled in Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, but again found it lacking. Columbia Business School and Benjamin Graham. The turning point came when he discovered Benjamin Graham's book, The Intelligent Investor. This book resonated deeply with Buffett, articulating a philosophy of value investing that aligned with his own nascent instincts. He decided to attend Columbia Business School specifically to study under Graham, who became his most profound mentor. Benjamin Graham's influence. Graham taught Buffett the principles of value investing. Intrinsic value. Focus on a company's underlying intrinsic value rather than its market price fluctuations. Margin of safety. Buy securities at a significant discount to their intrinsic value, providing a cushion against errors in judgment or adverse market conditions. Mr. Market. View the stock market as a manic depressive partner, Mr. Market, who offers to buy or sell your shares at wildly fluctuating prices. An intelligent investor should take advantage of Mr. Market's irrationality, buying when he's despondent and selling when he's ebullient. Cigar butt investing. Graham's initial approach often involved finding cigar butts, companies that were cheap, even if they were mediocre businesses, simply because they had one last puff left, e.g., some undervalued assets. Early career at Graham Newman. After graduating, Buffett worked briefly for Graham's investment firm, Graham Newman, where he further refined his analytical skills and gained practical experience applying Graham's principles. This period cemented his fundamental understanding of value investing. Part 3. The Buffett Partnerships, 1950s to 1960s. Upon returning to Omaha, Buffett established his own investment partnerships, marking the beginning of his extraordinary career. Building the partnerships. He started with a small group of investors, including family and friends, pooling their capital. He structured the partnerships uniquely, taking a share of the profits only after a certain threshold return was achieved, aligning his interests directly with those of his partners. Disciplined investment philosophy. Buffett strictly adhered to the principles he learned from Graham. He sought out undervalued companies, often those overlooked by Wall Street, and applied rigorous quantitative analysis. He was famously patient, willing to wait for the right opportunities, and hold investments for the long term. The power of compounding. The snowball metaphor truly comes alive here. Buffett consistently reinvested his earnings, allowing the magic of compound interest to work its wonders. His disciplined approach, combined with a long time horizon, led to extraordinary returns. Shift from cigar butts to quality. Over time, influenced particularly by his partner Charlie Munger, Buffett began to evolve his investment philosophy. While still rooted in value, he shifted from merely seeking cigar butts to identifying wonderful businesses at a fair price, rather than fair businesses at a wonderful price. This meant focusing on companies with strong competitive advantages, or moats, and excellent management, even if they didn't appear statistically cheap by traditional Graham metrics. This marked a crucial evolution in his strategy. Acquiring entire businesses. As the partnerships grew larger, Buffett began acquiring entire businesses, rather than just minority stakes in publicly traded companies. This allowed him greater control and the ability to influence the long-term direction of the companies. Part 4, Berkshire Hathaway, 1960s present. The acquisition of Berkshire Hathaway, a struggling textile mill, became the vehicle for Buffett's empire. The textile mill and its transformation. Initially, Buffett saw Berkshire as a classic cigar butt investment. However, he soon realized the textile business was doomed. Instead of liquidating it, he used the cash flow generated by the textile operations to acquire other, more promising businesses, primarily in insurance. This transformation from a failing textile company to a diversified holding company is a testament to Buffett's adaptability and willingness to cut his losses. The insurance float. A key insight was the value of float generated by insurance companies. Policyholders pay premiums upfront, but claims are paid out later. This creates a pool of money, the float, that the insurance company can invest. Buffett used this float to acquire and fund other businesses, effectively getting interest-free capital. Decentralized management. Buffett's management style at Berkshire Hathaway is highly decentralized. He acquires good businesses with strong management and largely lets them run themselves, intervening only when necessary. He focuses on capital allocation and finding new acquisitions. The inner scorecard. A recurring theme in Buffett's life and the book is his emphasis on an inner scorecard. This refers to making decisions based on one's own ethical standards and principles, rather than being swayed by external validation, public opinion, or the outer scorecard of wealth or fame. This principle guided his business decisions and his personal conduct. Key investments and business acumen. The book chronicles many of Berkshire's iconic investments, from See's Candies, which taught him the power of brand and pricing power, to Geico, a model of a well-run low-cost insurance operation, to the Washington Post, which led to a close friendship with Katharine Graham and an understanding of media. It highlights his ability to identify durable competitive advantages, understand the underlying economics of a business, and invest for the long term. Challenges and setbacks. Schroeder doesn't shy away from depicting Buffett's challenges, including the struggles with the textile business, the stressful SEC investigation related to his blue-chip stamps investment, and the internal conflicts at Salomon Brothers, where he stepped in to save the firm from collapse. These episodes reveal his resilience, his unwavering commitment to integrity, and his ability to navigate crises. Personal life and relationships. The book offers a deeply personal look into Buffett's often complex relationships. It details his unconventional marriage to Susan Buffett, who encouraged his intellectual pursuits but also sought her own path, leading to their unique living arrangement, where she moved to San Francisco while remaining married. It explores his relationships with his children, his friends, and key figures like Charlie Munger, who became his intellectual partner and sounding board, pushing him beyond Graham's original cigar butt philosophy. Frugality despite wealth. Despite his immense wealth, Buffett maintained a remarkably frugal lifestyle. He continued to live in the same modest house in Omaha, enjoyed simple pleasures, and avoided ostentatious displays of wealth. This frugality was rooted in his childhood experiences and his belief in the value of every dollar. Philanthropy and the ovarian lottery. Towards the latter part of the book, Schroeder details Buffett's decision to give away the vast majority of his fortune to the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. This monumental act of philanthropy stemmed from his belief in the ovarian lottery, the idea that much of one's success is determined by the circumstances of their birth, and therefore, those who are born into advantageous situations have a responsibility to give back. This decision not only redefined modern philanthropy, but also revealed a deeply held conviction about social responsibility. Key themes running through the book. 1. The power of compounding, not just in finance but in life. Small, consistent efforts over a long period can lead to exponential results. This applies to learning, relationships, and wealth. 2. Integrity and reputation. Buffett consistently prioritized honesty and trustworthiness. His reputation was his most valuable asset, enabling him to secure deals and navigate difficult situations. He famously said, "It takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it." 3. Rationality and emotional control. Buffett's success is attributed to his ability to remain rational and detached from emotions like fear and greed that often plague other investors. He makes decisions based on fundamental analysis and logic, not market sentiment. 4. Long-term thinking and patience. he eschews short-term speculation, focusing instead on long-term ownership of quality businesses. His patience allows him to capitalize on market inefficiencies and avoid impulsive decisions. 5. Circle of competence. Buffett advocates for staying within one's circle of competence, investing only in businesses and industries that one truly understands. This reduces risk and increases the probability of success. 6. Independent thinking. He is famous for not following the crowd or Wall Street trends. He forms his own judgments based on independent research and analysis. 7. Lifelong learning. Buffett is portrayed as an insatiable learner, constantly reading and absorbing information. He views learning as a continuous process, essential for staying ahead. 8. The importance of mentorship. The profound impact of Benjamin Graham on Buffett's early career is a recurring highlight, emphasizing the value of learning from those with greater experience. 9. The human element of business. Beyond the numbers, the book emphasizes that businesses are run by people, and understanding human psychology, incentives, and relationships is crucial to success. 10. The interconnectedness of life and business. Schroeder argues that Buffett's investment philosophy and business strategies are deeply intertwined with his personal values, ethics, and life experiences. His approach to wealth accumulation is not solely about money, but about a systematic and principled way of approaching problems and opportunities. Critical reception and impact. The Snowball was widely anticipated and generally received positive reviews for its comprehensive nature, depth of research, and intimate portrayal of Buffett. Critics lauded Schroeder's access and her ability to weave together the personal and professional aspects of his life. While some found its length daunting, most agreed that it offered the most detailed and revealing glimpse into Warren Buffett's world. It solidified his image as the Oracle of Omaha and provided invaluable insights for investors, entrepreneurs, and anyone interested in the principles of success and a life well lived. In essence, The Snowball is not just a business biography, it's a study of character, discipline, and the profound impact of compounding not just on wealth, but on a lifetime of learning, relationships, and purposeful action. It explains how a seemingly ordinary man, through extraordinary discipline and an unwavering commitment to his principles, built one of the greatest fortunes in history, always with the understanding that true value lies beyond the monetary.